Hi and welcome to this Hatha yoga flow with me, Jennifer. You're going to need a block this afternoon, but if you can't get hold of one, a rolled up jumper will do just nicely. So grab your mat, grab some water, and let's get started. So we're going to begin this meditation just sitting with our legs crossed, hands to heart center, and just gently focusing on the breath. Taking some nice deep breaths in and out. In through your nose and out through your mouth. Just try to clear your mind, release any worries or stresses. If thoughts do come up into your mind, just imagine that you're placing them onto a cloud and they're slowly drifting away. Don't attach any thoughts to the ideas that come into your head, just let them float away. Really concentrating and focusing on your breath. So let's take one more breath in here together. And then grab hold of your brick. And we're going to be doing an assisted bridge. So you can have your brick either horizontally or vertically, and you're going to be placing it at the base of your spine. So lifting up through the pelvis and placing your brick in whichever position is most comfortable for you. Lifting up through the pelvis and the hips, and just using your thighs to support you. Just letting your arms come either side of your body. And then we're going to release the brick and take your arms up over the top of your head. And then taking your legs down, pointing your toes out, let's take a full body stretch. And now coming up into our tabletop position, and we're going to begin our cat-cow. So as you inhale in, chin is coming up towards the sky, navel's coming down towards the mat. As you exhale, curving through the spine, chin is coming to the chest. So just working at your own pace here, inhaling up and exhaling down. Next, we're going to start to bring some movement in. I want you to imagine you're drawing a figure of 8 with your nose on the mat. It's going to allow you just to stretch forward and out to either side of your mat and backwards. Again, just working at your own pace, listening to your body. We're just thinking about awakening the spinal fluid for your practice this afternoon. Okay, now we're going to come into the eye of the needle. Stretch your left leg out to the side, right arm's coming underneath through that gap between your left arm, just taking your forehead down to the mat, resting your arm on the mat in front of you. And swapping over to the other side. Left arm's coming down and through. We're going to come into a sitting tree now. So just extending your left leg forward, arms up into the air, nice deep breath in, exhale, forward fold. Just taking your hands to wherever they can reach to. And just using that inhale, exhale to extend through the pose. Coming back up to the center, we're going to extend our right leg now. Foot is flexed on the right hand side, inhaling up, releasing forward, pivoting from the hips. With each inhalation, exhalation, just try to come a little bit deeper into the pose. And And then coming back to the center, taking both legs out in front of you now, taking your hands behind your back, interlacing your fingers, and then just opening up through the chest. Feet are flexed. Now let's take our right leg and lift it up onto the top of our thigh on the left-hand side. Foot's flexed on the left-hand side, and then gently flexing feet on the right-hand side and gently pushing down on your knee. Now we're going to take both of our arms, hook it underneath your calf and gently pull your calf towards your chest, finding your sitting bones and sitting up nice and tall. Let's swap to the other side now. So left leg's coming up on top of your right thigh. Flexing foot and gently adding a little bit of pressure to the top of your leg, left-hand side. Then taking both your arms, hooking underneath your calf and bringing it in towards your chest, sitting up nice and tall. And let's release. And grabbing your brick now, we're going to be coming into boat pose. So placing your brick between your thighs and just squeeze them together. Option here to just bend your legs at the knee or extend all the way out in front of you, arms either side of your body. And then gently release. We're going to take the brick and move it to between your knees. Squeeze your knees and come back into your boat pose. Final time, taking the brick down between your toes. And gently extending your legs up, squeezing with your feet. Arms are outstretched. And release. We're going to be coming onto our tummy now. Taking our brick behind the back. So extending your arms behind you, brick is in both hands and just lifting up through the chest, lifting up through the back of the legs and the feet. So we're going to be coming up into bow pose now. So lifting both your legs at the knees, grabbing with your hands, gently pulling opposing forces, lifting up through the chest, lifting up your head and your chin. Thighs are coming off the floor. And release. Coming up into the center of your mat now, we're going to do a yogi squat. Just squatting down, taking your arms in between your knees, releasing your back, toes are pointed to either corner of your mat. Hands are just coming to heart center, staying here if you want to, otherwise we're going to take a bind. Just shuffle your feet a little bit closer in together. Take your arms around the back of your legs, interlace your fingers, and take your forehead down towards the ground. We're going to come into a half lotus now. Just take your left leg and place your foot up onto the thigh on the right hand side. Place your hands behind your back. Fingers pointing away from you and then pushing up from the ground, lifting up through the pelvis and the hips. And then release, swap legs over, half lotus, right hand side. Positioning your hands and lifting up through the pelvis and through the hips. Very nice, and release. We're going to be coming into a side plank now. So come into your plank pose and then shifting weight over to the right hand side. Taking your position for your feet so they can either be stacked together or they can be one in front of the other. And lifting left arm up to the sky. If you need an easier option here, you can drop your inside leg down to the mat. Returning back to the center. And And we're going to do the plank on the left-hand side now. So coming into plank, shifting weight over to that left hand, taking your choice of option for your feet and lifting up your right arm. We're going to begin a set of sun salutations now. So stepping to the front of your mat, hands to heart center, inhaling up, gentle back bend. Inhale, exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, extending through the spine and the crown of the head, and coming back to the forward fold. Let's take our right leg back first, followed by left, coming into plank pose now and lowering yourself to the ground, chaturanga, and coming into that upward facing dog. Tucking toes under and coming into your downward facing dog. Take a moment here to pedal out through the toes if your heels are not on the ground. Jumping to the front of the mat. Inhale, exhale, rolling through the spine. Taking hands up to the sky and then bringing them back to heart center. Right foot forward, warrior one now. Toes pointing to the top left-hand corner on the mat. Inhaling up, gentle back bend. Engaging core, stepping to the front of the mat. Second round of sun salutation now. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Left leg's coming back first, followed by right. You're in your plank pose. Lowering yourself down to the ground, chaturanga, and pushing up to that up dog. And then following through into your downward facing dog, pedaling out through the feet if you need to do so. Let's lift that left leg high up into the air this time, taking it forward to the front of the mat, forward fold. Gently rolling up through the spine, taking hands to the sky, returning to heart center. Stepping your left leg back, coming into warrior one pose. Inhaling, raising arms up to the sky, gentle back bend. Transitioning straight into warrior two this time. Nice right angle in that front knee. Nice straight arms, gazes over the right hand. Engaging core, stepping to the front of the mat. Third round of sun salutation, inhaling up. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhale, exhale, halfway lift, hands coming to shins. Exhale, fold. Right leg's coming back, followed by left. Into plank position, lowering yourself down, pushing up into upward dog. Pushing through, all the way through into downward facing dog. Right leg's coming up, stepping to the front of the mat, followed by left, forward fold. Gently rolling up through the spine, hands coming up to the sky, bringing hands to heart center. Right leg's coming back this time, inhaling up, gentle back bend, warrior one. Transitioning to your warrior two. Transitioning into peaceful warrior, right hand's coming down, left arm's coming up and over the top on the midline. Engaging core, transitioning back into warrior two, step to the front of the mat. Sun salutation, hands to heart center. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, exhale, halfway lift. Inhale, exhale, release. Left leg's coming back first, followed by right. Into plank pose. Lowering yourself down, chaturanga, pushing into that upward facing dog. Tucking toes underneath, coming into your downward facing dog. Shoulders coming away from ears. Lifting left leg up this time to the front of the mat, followed by right. Forward fold. Gently coming up through the spine. Hands coming up to the center. Hands coming to heart center. Left leg coming back first this time into warrior one. Transition to warrior two. And into peaceful warrior, left arm's coming down, right arm coming up and over the top. Transitioning back into warrior two. Dialing it back round to the centre, coming up into the ball of your foot, pushing off and transitioning into Warrior 3. Arms stretched out either side, left leg extended at the hip. Stepping to the end of your mat, coming into an extended child's pose, taking both knees to outer edge of the mat, releasing your hands down to the mat, taking your forehead down and just releasing through the lower back and under your arms. Coming up to the centre of the mat now for a bit of balance, we've got tree pose. Option here to place your foot next to your ankle or on your shin, or bring it all the way up to the top of your thigh. Hands to heart centre, find your dristi, your gaze. Take your hands up to the sky. Don't worry if you come out of the pose, just reset yourself. And gently release. Same thing, other side. Take your option for your position of your foot. Hands to heart center. And then take your hands up to the sky. Find your dristi, your gaze, your point to focus on. And gently release. We've got one more balance to do here. We're going to be lifting up our right foot, placing on top of our left thigh, bringing hands to heart center and gently leaning down into the pose so your arms are meeting with the top of your right leg. And gently coming out of the pose and then swapping legs. So left leg's coming up, sitting on your thigh, hands coming to heart center, and gently forward fold so that your arms are meeting your calf. Fabulous. Release. And we're going to do a camel pose now. So just come onto your knees in the center of your mat. Tuck your toes underneath. And lifting your right arm up and over the top, followed by your left arm, just finding those heels and then lifting through the pelvis, through the chest, finally opening up through the neck and just releasing your head backwards. And gently coming forward and out of the pose. We're going to be coming into our cool down now, so just lying down on your back. Let your legs fall out to the right-hand side. Arms are out either side of your body. And then coming back to the center and let your legs fall out to the left-hand side. Let's bring our knees in towards our chest now, gently hugging them. And then extending out for a full body stretch. Now just release your arms so they're down by the side of your body and let your feet fall out either side. We're going to do a gentle meditation to finish. So just begin by focusing on your breath and clearing your mind. And then I want you to imagine a white light of energy is coming through the crown of your head. And it's flowing all the way down through your body. And it's reaching the very tips of your toes. You can see this energy swirling around your toes, and it's coming up through your ankles and into your calves, and it's coming into your knees and flowing into your thighs and your hips, and it's just releasing any tension in your lower back. It's coming up into your body now and into your chest and flowing down through your arms. And it's releasing any tension and stress in your shoulders and relaxing all the muscles in your throat. And you can feel it releasing all the muscles of your face. It's relaxing your eyes and your mouth. And it's relaxing all the tiny muscles on the top of your head. And as you lay there completely relaxed, you feel as though you could simply drift away. And when you're ready, gently bring some awareness back to your body and gently opening your eyes. Taking one final breath in and relax. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Namaste.